Hey guys, it's Brett from Leo Hardware, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to replace your Amesbury Truth Roto gear awning operator. For this job, you're going to need your window crank and handle, some sprayway lubricant, a multi-tip screwdriver or a drill, a measuring tape, and you may need a mounting bracket and some new screws. Now that we have everything, we're good to go. Let's get right into the repair.
Okay, so first let's get this window open about 60%. Next we're going to disconnect the window crank from the mounting bracket. I've seen these brackets facing upward like it is in this window, and I've also seen them facing downward. You're going to grab the silver latch and pull it towards yourself, which will allow you to release the crank from the mounting bracket. Some operators are extremely rusted, and this bracket can sometimes be broken. If that's the case, usually some needle nose pliers will help you get that tab into the right spot to release the crank. Worst case, you could remove the entire bracket. If you need to replace the entire bracket, the new ones are a lot smaller in size. However, you just need to make sure that the hooks are in the same spot and facing the same direction. Now would be a good time to check out your window hinges for any rust or damage and determine if they need to be replaced. With the window in this position, I'm going to remove the top screws as they are exposed. A quick side note. In order to determine what size and type of Roto gear crank you need, it's important to check two details. First, you're going to need to look where the crank mounts to the brackets. If there are 2 slots, you have a single pull. If there are 4 slots, then you have a dual pull. Next, you're going to close the window operator so the arms sit as close as they can to the frame. You're then going to measure from one end of the operator to the other. You can see that this crank is 21.5 inches in size. Now we're going to open up the window crank fully and remove the remaining screws. You can then pull the window crank through the slot. At this point, it's a great time to clean the top of your awning window as well as the windowsill. Most awning windows will have a collection of dirt and bugs nest at the top, especially if you live in the country. Now we're going to get our new handle and loosen the set screw so we can fully open the window crank. Make sure to pull the silver lever toward yourself to allow the crank slots to slide over the mounting bracket. You'll notice that the new crank has some additional mounting holes. Make sure to put screws into all the holes if possible. Once the new crank is in the slot, you can install screws into the accessible holes. We can then close the crank so the window sits around 50 to 60% open. Now we can mount the window crank to the mounting bracket. It's important to note the direction your bracket faces. You may need to go up and over like we're doing now, or you may need to push up from below. Once the bracket is inside of the slot, make sure to push the silver lever closed to lock the crank arm in place. Next, we're going to lubricate any moving parts such as the window hinges, window crank joints, and you can also spray your lock if you'd like.
And now we're done. If you have any questions about the repair we just did, or any suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment below. You can also find all the tools and supplies used in this video in the description below. Thanks so much, and have a good one.